guys, it's Brittany, and I am living for this costume, guys. Like, I am a skeleton. I am a skeleton. It goes perfect with my set. I just wanted to show you up close with my face and everything. I just think it looks so good. It's kind of hard to talk though with you know, what's on my mouth, but whatever. So I want to give a huge thank you to Spirit Halloween for sponsoring this video and for providing me with this awesome skeleton costume. It's just a skeleton dress. As you can see, it is super cute. And then I used the Spirit skeleton cosmetic kit, and it came with like these sticker things that you put on your face. So I think it's such a cool alternative if you don't want to do makeup. You know how people just paint their face as a skeleton for, you know, using makeup? Because I am not good with Halloween makeup. So this is actually perfect, just having the stickers and everything. And I just think it gives you this totally amazing look. I am obsessed with it. And then I just used the black eyeshadow that came with the skeleton cosmetics set from Spirit Halloween. So did you guys like my animatronics? They are pretty epic. I mean, I got my skeleton friend from last year. So we're kind of like twins now, which I think is so cute. So, you know, I should take a selfie with him later. And then my tree, I freaking love my tree. He is amazing. He is new this year. And then here is Menacing Molly. So I feel like I should show her to you guys right here. So let me just plug her in so I can show you guys.
I see dead people, I see ghosts, I see the things that hate you the most.
So she's pretty epic. Oh my god, sorry girl. I am literally obsessed with my animatronics, as you guys know. So today's video, I was like, you know what? Let's do a creepy Halloween story since we are in my cemetery right here. So I feel like I've actually already told this story on my channel. I don't know. I have a whole list of stories in my notebook, and this one just sounds familiar. I don't know if I've just read it before and it's in my head, or if I did film it like years ago and I'm doing it again. But you know what? I love this story for Halloween. It's just perfect. This story is all about 4 friends. They're all 16 years old, and on Halloween night they wanted to play with a Ouija board in a cemetery. So it was the night of Halloween, and these 4 kids were on their way to the cemetery to play with the Ouija board. There were 2 boys and 2 girls. The 2 girls were kind of like, I don't know if we should be doing this, but the boys were like, come on, it's Halloween. We have to do this. It's perfect. It's in a cemetery. We're gonna conjure up so many crazy things. Like, come on, we gotta do it. So they're driving up to the cemetery. It's cold outside. There's fog everywhere. They could barely even see the cemetery, and the huge gates were locked. You know what? I'm gonna take off the lip stickers just so I can talk a bit more normal. Alright, so these 4 kids, they're standing outside of the cemetery, right? One of the girls was like, you know what, I'm really regretting this. I had this horrible feeling this whole time. You know, I know something terrible is gonna happen. And the 2 guys were like, come on, like, it's Halloween night, it's the devil's night, like, we have to go in here. We're using a Ouija board in a cemetery, like, everyone at school is gonna be talking about this tomorrow, you know, we're so cool. Like, that's just all they really cared about. The other guy was like, you know what, we didn't travel all this way just to stand in front of a cemetery and look at the gates. Like, we are going in. So they were about to climb over the cemetery gates since they were locked. So as they were climbing, all of a sudden the gates opened by themselves. So somebody, I guess, wanted them to come into that cemetery. So they were like, oh, all right. So, you know, they're just walking through the cemetery. They start hearing all of these eerie sounds, like a dog barking somewhere in the distance, the bells from a chapel nearby, you know, striking midnight. So they're just kind of like, oh my god. And one of the guys pulled the Ouija board out from under his jacket and was like, it's time to summon some spirits. And the girls were just like, oh, should we really be doing this? Like, you know, this is kind of crazy, especially on Halloween in a cemetery. You know, one of the guys was like, it's just a game. Nothing's gonna happen. It's not real. The girls were still like, I just, you know, this just doesn't feel right, but okay, I guess we will do this. So they continued walking through the cemetery. They found this tombstone to place the Ouija board on top. Then they all gathered around with their fingers all on the planchette, and one of the boys started calling out to any spirit that wants to come through. So a few minutes went by and they started making contact with the spirit of a girl who said that she was buried inside of that cemetery. So you know, at first they're just like, no, you're just moving this, you're moving this, you're moving this, like there's no way. So they started asking questions and everything was just being spelled out through this Ouija board, and it just really freaked them out. All of a sudden, one of the girls felt as if something grabbed onto their wrist and it was cold and just kind of nasty, and she freaked out and completely screamed and was like, okay, I am done, like this is too much, I cannot deal with this, like I know it's Halloween, but you know, I cannot deal with this. Then all of a sudden, sorry girl, I keep hitting my girl Molly over here, all of a sudden, the spirit board, or the Ouija board, whatever you want to call it, started telling these kids to not stop using the board, and if they did, that they were all going to die. Of course, they didn't listen to what the spirit was saying, and they were freaked out, so they closed up the board, and they started walking away thinking, you know, like, what were we doing? Like, this is crazy, we shouldn't have been doing this. Then all of a sudden, it got so windy. Everything was blowing over. That really freaked them out. They started thinking, oh my god, what if this is the spirit who's doing all this wind and knocking everything over? She told us not to leave. So that really freaked out one of the girls. She started running away. She tripped and she fell into an open grave. She landed on her head and then broke her neck. One of the boys ran out of the cemetery, and as soon as he was on the road, a car came out of nowhere, hit him, and killed him instantly. Only 2 of the friends were left. They were terrified, so they went home, and it's so weird because they seemed just kind of calm knowing what happened to their friends, or maybe they didn't know what happened to their friends, but I don't know, it seems like they would because one fell, one got hit by a car outside of the cemetery gates, but one of them went home and decided to take a bath and try to calm themselves down. So it was one of the girls, she was in the bathtub, and her phone fell into the bathtub, and it was plugged in, so she was then electrocuted. So 3 out of the 4 friends were dead. So the next morning, the boy, the second boy, I should have been giving these people names, I'm sorry guys. So there's 2 boys and 2 girls, but one of the boys, he was the last one alive. So he came downstairs for breakfast, and his parents let him know about the deaths of his 3 friends, and he was shocked. So I guess that answers my, you know, what I was saying like a few minutes ago about how did these people not know about their friends dying? Like the one in the cemetery, how she fell into the grave, broke her neck, but you know, she ran away, and then the guy leaving the cemetery gates and got hit by a car, and it was like a bloody mess. But then when the 2 other friends left, wouldn't they have seen the guy get hit by the car because they had to leave through the cemetery gates? Like, wouldn't they have seen his body and stuff? I don't know, but apparently this guy, he found out that morning. He was devastated, but he knew that he was next, because this spirit said if they stopped playing with the Ouija board, that they were all going to die. He knew that he needed to get away, so he decided to go to the airport and just fly somewhere because he was so scared and he knew that he was next. But he thought if he left his town that maybe he would survive. So when the plane took off, of course, the engines failed, the plane crashed, and he died. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you like my skeleton costume. I think it's so awesome. I hope you love day 6 of Buridiween. Oh my god, you guys, I can't believe tomorrow will be a week. Like, how crazy is that? So we still got many days to come. You guys are gonna see 3 locations, investigations at these 3 locations, which I'm super excited to share with you guys, which is coming very soon. But thank you so much for watching. As always, you rock my world, and the song lyrics Michael Jackson, hashtag team Birdie44, hashtag Marillarens, hey! And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Bye!